Now, something I've noticed recently in the CRT community is that a lot of people tend to be praising Sony Trinitrons. I mean, they tend to be really valuable, going for several hundred, sometimes even over $1,000 on eBay. People are treating them like they're some sort of lost artifact. Like when they get a Sony Trinitron, they make sure to note that it's a Sony Trinitron. But why exactly is this? What makes them so valuable? Today, I'll hopefully answer this question. Apparently, a Trinitron is a general type of CRT tube, meaning that it can not just be found in Sony's, but in other brands as well. For example, this CRT monitor is labeled as a Dell Trinitron. Trinitrons apparently come in all types and sizes, including TVs and monitors. Now, for any of you who might be wondering how I'm able to tell whether or not a CRT is a Trinitron, it usually says so at the top left corner of the casing. Now, apparently a really popular type of Trinitron is a Sony PVM, which is a security surveillance monitor with an 8-inch screen. But why exactly are these so popular? Well, let's try to go back to the beginning. Now, apparently Sony Trinitrons had been around since the late 60s, with one of the first ones being released in October 1968. Supposedly, the reason why they were so popular at first was because they revolutionized the color TV industry. It's said that the picture provided by Trinitrons were noticeably clearer and more stable. Another reason why Sony Trinitrons might be so famous is because the Sony PVM-4300 was the largest CRT display ever produced at 43 inches in size. It weighed over 400 pounds and took a team of several people to carry. What makes this specific model even more special is that only a few of them were ever made, and eventually only one ever remained intact and working. It's said that this specific model was released in 1989 as a way to celebrate the Sony Trinitron's 20th anniversary. By 1984, over 100 million Sony Trinitrons had been sold. Given that at the time it would have been such a common household TV set, it would have played into the nostalgia factor, meaning that this more than likely plays into why the Trinitron is such a popular TV. The production of Trinitron tubes would eventually end in 2004, and in 2006, they would no longer be sold in the US or Canada. Despite this, there was a production plant in Singapore that kept it going all the way up until March 2008, marking the end of an era. Nonetheless, Sony Trinitrons continue to be resold in many different ways, such as in auctions and in online markets such as eBay. I think it's safe to say the reason why Sony Trinitrons are so highly valued is because of their impact on the world of television. Hi viewers, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.